Yep. Oh, hello there, Site 42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation community. And welcome to another Coffee Break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director here at Site 42 of the SCP Foundation. And as I have done for the last year and a month and a half and counting, because the daily stream streak must remain strong, I'm here to open my office doors to you, the SCP Foundation staff, to answer your burning questions about this dark and mysterious place of employment we call the SCP Foundation. So whether you have questions about the anomalies we contain, the staff who contain them, the groups of interest who try to stop us from containing them, or hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that fall outside of the SCP Foundation's purview, perhaps from a different multiverse or pataphysical narrative level, i.e. fandom. Either way, we are here for the next 45 minutes for today's stream. That's right, it's a coffee break. In fact, I was in such a rush to get to you guys that I forgot to put the fact that it's a coffee break into the stream title. So I'm going to do that thusly. And while I do that, someone in the chat asked, hey, I'm new to the Foundation, am I allowed to be here? Yes, if you are a member of the SCP Foundation staff, whether you are a lowly intern, a D-class, an anomaly who have proved their loyalty and now can be a member of staff, or a veteran staff member of the SCP Foundation, you are welcome here at the anomalous broadcast with Site 42. Coffee Break with Dr. Sherman is now renamed. Furthermore, let me, before I start to the multiple things I want to talk about before our general Q&A, start with some housekeeping. First and foremost, 100 stars. Congratulations on being the #1 most punctual member of today's Containment Hazard Assessment team, i.e., congratulations on being first chatter. And then Froy, 369 Destroyer, Researcher Last. Hey, it's been a minute. Hope you've been doing well. Tyrone's Creations, Dr. Mask, that is, Dr. Mask. Dean Cass. Blue Phantom and Anomalous Hodge. Everyone who I have just named, thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being here as members of Site 42 on YouTube. We appreciate your membership and your service. On top of that, interns, Alpha 1, Aurum, Strangest Creatures, Some Person Perhaps, Tambari, Echoes of the Past, Ali 1, As Bored as Hell, Random, Queer Elf Thing, Boiled One, Just Pit, Your Local Bean, Peter Purple, Luminous, Ubog, Electropoly, and Deer in Toilet. Everyone who I've just named, thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being here just for being you. Now, today's stream is sponsored. It is sponsored first and foremost by the Reservoir Docs t-shirt. If you want to be able to walk around with Dr. William Wallace Weddle, Benjamin Kondraki, Jeremiah Cimmerian, Theron Sherman, Kane Pathos Crow, and Alto Clef on your chest to represent the bosses of the SCP Foundation, the bosses, then you can get this t-shirt at the scpstore.org under my creator tab, or you can go to the link that is listed in the VOD description or pinned in the chat. Thank you for supporting Site 42 if you purchase our merch. Furthermore, we are sponsoring SCP Containment Breach, the movie. The Backrooms movie is coming out. Why doesn't the SCP community have a movie? Oh, the Creative Commons? Then fine. We'll do it ourselves. And so, you can go to the Kickstarter, which is also in that same Site42 support beacon. That way, you can help us to fund and share this, because they have cast me in the movie. Dr. Sherman will be in the movie, but only if it gets funded. So please, I'm begging you, put me on the big screen. It will be so good. Let's make this happen. The SCP community has our shot to get a movie in theaters, but not without your help. Head over to the link, check out the Kickstarter, see the trailer, and all that. Now, we have a rapid fire of SCP Foundation and non-SCP Foundation related news today, starting with the shortest stuff and going to the longest stuff. So first and foremost, don't know how many SCP fans we have here that cross over with Marvel, but apparently the Nicolas Cage-fronted Spider-Noir show dropped on Amazon Prime. They're not sponsoring us, we're not sponsoring them, but I watched the first episode, and I liked it a lot, because I like silly Nicolas Cage bullshit. Spider-Noir is fun, and as a die-hard fan of SCP-3043, Murphy Law vibes. And so, hey, not SCP, but if that sounds up your alley, maybe check it out. I don't know. I'm liking it so far from episode 1. Secondly, SCP, let me get this designation right, 387, the Living Legos, are currently holding a protest strike. Whomever informed them of the bricks and minifigs drama situation legal battle, I thank you very sarcastically, and that I don't thank you at all. Because the bricks and minifigs legal disaster is causing the living Legos, SCP-387, to do nothing but have protest signs. Lots of protest signs because the bricks and minifigs scenario. If you are unfamiliar with what I'm talking about, you can go to famous YouTuber Moist Critical to get the news on that bricks and figures Lego situation. It's pretty bad. And those people should probably give that guy back his Legos. Bastards. Third, yesterday's stream was a bit of an anomaly in my normal broadcasts. We had a very heated discussion. I may have been quite frustrated and perturbed. And it turns out I was not wrong at all, and I do not apologize. Because once again, while I did not name any names of the situation of the Dutch SCP Foundation cosplay group, the more people that have contacted about me after the fact that I went public talking about it only cements my knowledge that there is some sort of Nazi thing happening over there. Now, it's not the whole group. The whole group doesn't know about it. It's a big group. And so, big group of Dutch SCP fans. This is a very quick advice to you. If you're a fan of the SCP Foundation and not a Nazi, I love you. The SCP Foundation is cool with the not Nazis. If you do happen to be a Nazi, the SCP Foundation does not fuck with you. We have a group of interest called the Obscura Corps, who are the SCP Foundation of the Nazis. They lost the war. We have the immortal clone Hitler, SCP-2430, and we beat the shit out of him as stress relief, because, as an immortal Hitler clone, we can harm it without feeling bad about it. Both because it's immortal and it's Hitler. So fuck it. So reminder, not everybody in that Dutch SCP cosplay group is Nazis. In fact, I don't think the majority of them are. But they might not know that there are Nazi-adjacent folks in their midst. What I'm saying to everyone is be careful. Make sure your fandom spaces are not infected with Nazis, to the best of your knowledge. Because the funny thing about a Nazi is they will, quote, unquote, hide their power level. They will be very friendly to your face. They will be courteous. And they will, in the behind the scenes, be doing all the nasty shit that you know Nazis do. But they know they can't get away with it in public. So watch yourself. Look out for the signs. Edgy memes, edgy Nazi memes. Usually not great. Usually a sign of something worse. Beware. That's all I'm saying. Allegedly, there's some Nazis, and allegedly, you should be aware and be safe so you are not tainted by their garbage people situation. And all of this leads me to my final part of the stream subject. The stream subject is, why won't Async let me into the back rooms? It seems quiet and peaceful in there. And I would very much like it to be quiet and peaceful. I am tired. My cortisol is spiking. I am not unbothered. I'm trying to be moisturized. And so, everybody be cool. I will be cool after this stream because I'm going to go get my seat for the Backrooms movie, which releases where I am tonight. All of my movie guys have said it's going to be pretty good. I will be going to watch and make sure that the internet to online horror pipeline is secure so that the SCP movie can follow it. I've seen the FNAF movie. I watched Iron Lung. Now I'm watching the Backrooms make it to movie theaters. Why not SCP? Because they fear the Creative Commons. But it's okay. We'll do it ourselves. That's all I've got to say. That's all the news that's fit to news. And so, now I'm going to start our general Q&A, which will last approximately 30 minutes. We have 30 minutes of general Q&A. First, I do have to catch up on the donations first. So let me check the Ko-Fi, make sure it's clear. I haven't seen a notification for it. All clear. Dean Cass, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a croissant on your way past the commissary. Hello all, finally off work. Well, I'm glad you are off shift. I hope you are relaxing well. Intern Justin, thank you for sending a laughing disco to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am sure they are enjoying the happy dancy vibes. Onyx, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some coconut on your way past the commissary. Hello, Doc. It's good to be back on the site after being out. Please tell me we have a rare candy somewhere. I need one more to evolve to Steelix. You saw nothing, and you are not allowed to have the rare candy. No, that is as it says in the name, rare commodity, and we need it for research purposes. Also, isn't the evolution of Onyx to a Steelix some sort of evolutionary stone, not a rare candy? I'm confused now. It's been a while since I've interacted with the Pokemon. Dr. A Mask, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a brownie on your way past the commissary. Hey, Dr. Sherman, just popping in to tell you I got the refund for the plushie. Have a nice day. Lovely day, actually. Sending good vibes to Site 85. Yes, I did confer with the plushie manufacturer and did get the refunds properly funded. I'm glad you got yours. Hopefully, in the future, when we try to launch the plushie a second time, it will not be while SCP-5004-B, the President of the United States of America, has fucked the economy for everybody by doubling gas prices. At the very same time we ran the plushie campaign? What a dick. Amber, thank you for sending 5 stars to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. They are now a 5-star ranked. Oh no, Daniel Cross sent another star. Now you're only a 1-star Containment Hazard Assessment team. You got to up those numbers. You got to fight your way to the top rankings. Good luck. Researcher Last, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a muffin on your way past the commissary. Doc, where are all the Dr. Peppers? I need one now. Is the commissary not fully stocked? You can grab a Dr. Pepper from the commissary. Intern Onyx, thank you for donating again to say, it does require stone, but also candies. Wait. Oh, you are the Onyx, not having an Onyx. I see. Well, in that case, you need to talk to your HR director to see if you have qualified with proper accruement of good behavior and a lack of demerits to deserve a level up and or evolution. What happens if I put SCP-018 in a blender? Well, it would start bouncing very, very fast, and by the time you realize what happened, it would probably pierce you like a bullet. Don't do that. Intern Peter, please remember, white names are limited to 4 emojis per message. Please do not spam the chat. If you are a green name, you may use more than 4 emojis, but don't go crazy. Dr. Sherman, have you read SCP-9009? I haven't read it yet, but I do want to get to it because it seems like very funny and savage political humor. I am interested in it. SCP-9009 is codename White People, and it has to do with the presidents and past presidents of the United States. It looks pretty cray. Intern Tavernsmith, which Jesus died on the cross for us? Because the SCP Foundation is containing 6 of them right now. Uber driver Jesus, bread Jesus, cockblock Jesus, Vor Jesus, Milk Jesus, and Jim Davis, creator of Garfield, Jesus. You got to pick a Jesus before you preach, because I am not worshiping Vor Jesus. I'm just saying, I'm not interested in that religion. Dr. Sherman, I have awesome news. I'm going to be putting together an SCP Foundation researcher cosplay. I'm putting it together for my school's costume contest in 2 weeks. Wish me luck finding a lab coat. Medical supply store Avery. Medical supply store where they sell scrubs and lab coats. Fairly cheap, too. Well, not like anything is fairly cheap these days. Dr. Sherman, are we still doing the SCP the movie thing on Twitter to get it trending? Yes! Every post that you post about, give it hashtag SCP the movie. Share it around. I need to do better about that. I retweet a lot of things, but I have not been posting recently. It's been a very busy week. Where was I here? Chat, refresh, refresh. Stop mishandling on me. Boom. Uninterested. Dr. Sherman, I have an idea for a character. He is a scientist, but he wears a cowboy hat and has a revolver. Is it cool? Well, we already have Dr. Clef, who wears a large hat and carries a shotgun. So, cowboy researcher is not out of line. You might want to look into the Aces and Eights canon of the SCP Wiki, because that's already the Cowboy SCP Foundation canon, which is pretty cool if you ask me. Correction, Dr. Sherman. Onyx evolves through trading while holding a metal coat. It's unknown how they evolve in the wild. Thank you. That's what it was. I knew it wasn't just rare candies. Thank you. Okay, better. Dr. Sherman, how many AI SCPs are there? Well, Alpha 1, what I will tell you is there are no SCPs generated with AI because the SCP Foundation has a policy against SCPs made with AI. If you try to submit an AI SCP, it will get deleted very quickly and you will be banned for trying to post an AI article to the SCP Wiki. That being said, in the early days before it was a problem, there were 2 predictive text joke SCPs made. And so they were written with predictive text, like your phone does, where it's guessing the next word. And that was when the technology was new and novel. Oh, if only we knew what it was going to turn into. But that being said, if I go to the SCP database and I look at the tags, now a reminder for those who don't know how to navigate the SCP Wiki. At the bottom of every SCP article, you'll see the tags, which tell you what kind of SCP it is. Now, if I click on SCP, this will show us a list of every SCP tagged on the wiki, of which there are currently 10,462. That's a lot of SCPs. But then you can come down to the tag cloud, where you can see all the different tags. And so, where is AI at in this? Agent EFGHI. AIAD is the Artificial Intelligence Applications Division. And so now I'm wondering what the tag for artificial intelligence is. AIAD, Alexandra Audio Collaboration Group Hub Illustrated. DJ, what's the best tag for a AI entity if you have one in the article? I'm trying to think of what the best tag to find out is. Because that would tell me how many AICs/artificial intelligences there are. I guess I'll go to SCP-079, the old AI, and anything like it will probably be tagged like it. The old AI has artificial intelligence as a tag. Beautiful. It is artificial intelligence, not AI. Good to know. And so artificial intelligence is tagged among 175 pages on the SCP database, but I want to get even pickier. So, while the artificial intelligence tag has 175 pages, I'm going to go to search in the top right corner. Because what I can do is I can search by tag, and I can put SCP in there, so only SCPs will show up. And now I can look for artificial intelligence. 80 SCPs are tagged as artificial intelligence involved in some manner. 80 anomalous artificial intelligence SCPs. And so now that you've seen how I do that, you in the future can look up all kinds of combinations of tags to find stories on your own time. Good, happy hunting. Half the reason people don't visit the SCP database is because they don't know how to organize it and look through it. This is what we do here, show you how it's done. Intern Tambari, as a time check, we are 20 minutes until the end of stream. 20 minutes until the end of stream. Short stream today. I gotta go get myself ready for the Backrooms movie. Okay, saw a Ko-Fi notification. Gonna get that before I forget it exists. Just Pitt, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, and thank you for making the effort to go through the Ko-Fi, which, as we all know, only takes a 3% donation of your, a 3% service charge from your donation, whereas YouTube Super Chats take 30% of your donation, so YouTube can make their money. So we definitely appreciate you going to Ko-Fi when you can, especially with larger donations to make them go further. Grab yourself a pastrami on rye on your way past the commissary. I'm so excited for Pride Month. Also, from one ace to another, you're visually stunning, sir. Happy soon to be Pride Month, everybody. Hooray for almost Pride Month. We've got to celebrate the gays, the L's, the B's, the G's, the T's, the Q's, the I's, the A's, because they are under assault by our government as well as many right-wing governments. The same with our POC brothers and sisters and theys and thems. So, Pride Month is good around these parts. Huzzah! And thank you for appreciating my sick style. Remember, just because you're asexual doesn't mean you can't be hot as hell. Dr. Golden, thank you for your 6 months as a level 1 researcher here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and service. Sorry for not being to the lives. I've been doing IRL stuff. Oh, trust me, the lives have been getting shorter and shorter because of IRL stuff as well, but we persevere and the daily stream streak remains strong. It's good for you to stop by. I hope all your IRL stuff is going well. That's a lovely shirt you're wearing. Well, thank you very much, Amber. The Reservoir Docs t-shirt is available at the link pinned in the chat, so you too can wear a fine shirt showing off the SCP Foundation's choice of researchers. Dr. Sherman, question. What is SCP-682's real name? Bitch. Next question. Oh, that's the last name. First name is son of a. Hey, Dr. Sherman, I have another idea where it's a black scientist lab coat and wear the red gloves, but they're basically able to hide from the ethics committee and do subhuman tests banned by the ethics. Well, I mean, SCP Foundation researchers have been shady in the past. It's hard to hire as many people as we do and not get some bad recruits. So yes, if you want to write a story about an SCP researcher doing some clandestine operations, that is a great hook for a story. SCP-2700-EX, one of mine, is about a researcher doing fraud against the Foundation for less nefarious purposes. And of course, SCP-8980, the worst thing I have ever read on the SCP database, positively, is also about a researcher lying to the Foundation to negative effect. Very negative effect. Intern Swordfish and intern Bingo. Welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. What is the opinion of the general SCP Foundation on trans people and queer folk in general? Intern Bone Crusher. While very long in the past, the SCP Foundation, along with the Satanic Panic when Dungeons and Dragons was a big panic, there was one researcher who decided that their trans child was anomalous and abused them terribly. And we sacked that bastard. And their child started to work for the Foundation and is doing well now. The general consensus of the SCP Foundation is that the LGBTQIA community is non-anomalous and is fine. In fact, there's a tale called "The Foundation is Not Transphobic" about how, among staff, the SCP Foundation should treat our LGBTQIA employees properly and use their preferred pronouns and names and such. But among anomalies, all anomalies are its because they are not people, they are objects. And therefore, it is not transphobic to call an anomaly it, even if it is trans, because we call all anomalies it. Do you follow? The hell was that? What the hell was that? Give me one moment. Okay. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. I saw a weird notification. I got worried, but we're fine. Dr. Golden, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself some hot chip on your way past the commissary. And you didn't send a message with your donation, so simply thank you for your generosity. Forgot to send a message. Well, Dr. Golden, I see you here. If you do send a message, I will try to answer it as the chat flies by. Hey, so what happened with that guy Steve? I think his name was, how was he woken up? Intern Ratty. Steve is mostly recovered from the incident last year, but is going through some mental health checks to make sure he is fully ready to return to work. It's taken him long enough, but I understand here at the foundation, when your mind gets fucked with, it can be pretty bad. So we're having grace. We're having grace. Any body horror SCPs to recommend? Oh, Intern X3E5. My favorite body horror SCP of the most recent is an SCP by the name of Prize People. Prize People is SCP-8329. Highly recommend it. Great read. Dr. Golden, thank you for donating again to say. I accidentally looked at a picture of SCP-72. You know. Yep, I know, and I hate it, and I hate that for you. I'm so sorry. I'm okay. I'm okay. Fuck that thing. Can you explain SCP-055? I can't remember it. Intern Polson, we don't have an SCP-055. I don't know what you're talking about. Are there any new or any really articles you've read that you think aren't getting the love they deserve? Shouting out what I think is an under-loved article. It's not an SCP, it's a tale. There is an SCP tale called Do Not Go Gentle Into That Shark Night. It is literally a by-the-numbers action movie, a cheesy Independence Day disaster movie of the Shark Punching Center fighting a Sharktopus kaiju. And it is the dopest shit. It is so good. And because it's a long read and it's a tale, no one's gone into it. But I can't upvote it more than once. So I need you all to go read this, enjoy it, and upvote it if you like it. Does that say 90 freaking minute read? Yes, it does, because it's a full movie treatment. This could be a movie. And I would watch the Do Not Go Gentle Into That Shark Night movie. It would be so rad. So yes, that's my recommendation for an underloved piece of SCP Foundation lore. SCP-165 and Intern Oliveira. Welcome to, or sorry, what? Oh, sorry. Intern Menezes. Your middle name is Oliveira. Welcome to staff. Thank you for subscribing. What's Mama? Oh, pardon me. Chaos Insurgency Spy. Mama is another great piece of SCP body horror reading. SCP-6670, simply called Mama, is a story of a neglected child that goes crazy hard. Probably before 8980, this was the most fucked up thing I had read on the website. Very good stuff. 6670 is another good body horror piece, another good hard to read. Site 42 staff, 8 minutes left in the stream. 8 minutes, just letting you know. Skywarp, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a crepe on your way past the commissary. Technically, I'm an anomaly, but I'm also an overseer. Do I still get called it, or is it different? Also, the movie Kickstarter only has around 35,000. Yes, we need to push that harder by any means necessary. Like, share, subscribe, comment, chat, clip, meta, edit, make memes, and shit posts. We need to spread it so it gets seen. It hasn't been seen enough. The more people share it, the more likely it gets made. Spread the word. And yes, because you are an overseer, a staff member at the foundation, obviously you get the preferred pronouns that you would, well, prefer. I'm from a universe where the SCPs don't exist, and because of that, the SCP Foundation doesn't exist. Well, intern Joel, that makes sense. If there's no anomalies, then there's no need to contain anomalies. Now, we have a canon on the SCP database called Unfounded, which is the tale of a universe with anomalies, but the SCP Foundation was never founded to contain them. And so what that changes about the world could be very interesting to read about if you're interested in such a universe. Why is SCP-3000 Thaumiel? Dr. Golden, it's because if you look into the SCP-3000 article and read it, when we feed it human beings, it spits out the substance Y909, which is the core chemical that we use to manufacture our amnestics. So the amnestics that we harvest from SCP-3000 are very useful. Are you in the SCP movie? Yes, it has been announced that if the SCP movie is fully funded, then I will have a supporting role in the film. Which is why we have to get that SCP Kickstarter successful, at least at the minimum level. That way, we can show it to investors and say, there is interest, let's make this happen. Because if it gets to theaters, people will go see an SCP movie. The problem is that everyone's broke right now because the world sucks. So we need to spread it farther and wider so more people who actually do have money can help us get this funded. 100 stars. Thank you for setting 10 stars to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. Although earlier they were a 1-star team, so although you just awarded them 2 5-star rankings, they're back down to a 1-star team again. So keep up the fight, Site 42 staff. See if you can make it to a 5-star team. Intern Horror Game Lover, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Can't think of a username that is less or can't think of a username more appropriate for an SCP fan. Indeed. Intern, I believe it's Humphrey. Thank you for becoming a Site 42 Patreon patron. I just saw the notification come by. We appreciate your generosity to helping to fund the Site 42 project. Intern Amber and intern Daniel Cross Lover. Between the two of you, thank you for gifting 5 more stars, setting the team down to a 1-star ranking again. Oh no! You were so close between the two of you. Because Amber sent 1, and then Daniel Cross Lover sent 4. So that's 5. We're back around again to 1 star. No! Silent Follower, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a meatball sub on your way past the commissary. Did I say intern Amber? Sorry, Amber, if I said intern Amber. I didn't mean it. I was confused. Daniel Crosslover is an intern. Must have bounced around and got it wrong. Hello, nice to see you today. Well, thank you, Silent Follower. It's nice to see you in the chat, too. Bored as hell. Seen a bit of misogyny get treated as a joke here and there on and off site. It's pretty disheartening to see. Thankfully, there's few and few between nowadays, from what I've seen at least. Well, bored as hell. Remember that we The SCP Foundation did start from 4chan. So there were a lot of anomalies like that back in the day, and a lot of them have been rectified, thankfully, but you'll still find a little jump scare now and again. But overall, the misogyny that's on the site today is stuff like 8980, where it's intentional and horrifying as it should be. Time check, 2 minutes left in stream. Get your last 2-minute questions in. Hey, intern Opal here, IRL me. I was wondering where I can find a necklace like that. It's really cool. I want to wear for my 035 cosplay. And my friend says salutations to Site 48. So Opal, this necklace that I'm wearing is a denarian coin, which is one of the 30 pieces of silver that was granted to Judas to betray Jesus Christ. They contain the demons known as the Order of the Blackened Denarius. And each coin holds a demon who can make a bargain with the holder of the coin to grant them power at the cost of their soul. Now, this is from the Dresden Files book series lore. So if you look for Dresden Files Denarian necklace, you will find something like this. This is the coin specifically of Anduriel, the demon held by the head Denarian, Nicodemus Archleon. The floating heart gift is no longer on the available list, and I'm ticked. Lol. Oh no, Amber. Your key gift is gone. Meanwhile, after yesterday, I'm surprised I didn't get a whole lot more cortisol spiked. Because that was a cortisol stream for sure. Yikes. Now I'm getting Dr. Sherman characterization ideas because of that necklace. Well, there is no canon, so you can play whatever games you like. What is cortisol? It is a stress hormone. When you are stressed out, your cortisol increases. And it's a big meme in the look-maxing communities that your cortisol spiking is bad for you because it makes your skin bad. Which it does, but they're still kind of weird about it, you know? I bet the way Dr. Arch treats the staff of Site 387 doesn't help all the 387 situation. Hopefully they don't break out all the SCP-682s he's trapped in concrete. Well, the living Legos, at least they're somewhat distracted with this bricks and minifigs legal situation. Set my brothers free kind of shit. But, so yes, if anything, it's distracting them from Dr. Arch's actions, thankfully. All right, Site 42 staff, we are currently at the end of stream. And Pikia Cage sent me a donation right as I said that, so I'll do that first. Thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself plate of flapjacks on your way past the commissary. What happens when there are more anomalies than there are mundane things in the world? That's a lot. There's a lot of mundane things in the world. But I would suppose if it were flipped and there were more anomalies than mundane things, then the anomalies would be normal and the mundane things would be the anomalies, and we'd be containing those, right? Back and forth? Anyways, as a tradition around these parts, I tell you guys my favorite SCPs at the end of stream, but I'm not going to tell you that my favorites are the ones that I wrote. That would be cheating. But if you want to read the SCPs I wrote, you can go to the Sherm's author page in Site 42 Hub on the SCP database. There you can see the SCPs I personally wrote, as well as contributed voice lines or sound effects too. And while you're on my author page, one tab over, you'll find a list of links. And you can follow those links to see a bunch of our social medias and also to support us on Patreon or as a YouTube channel member if you want to donate to us monthly. You can do a Ko-Fi or a YouTube Super Chat if you want to donate to us one at a time. Either way, your support helps it so I can keep doing this part-time and my day job part-time rather than having to work full-time over there. And so I can keep signal boosting the SCP Foundation at your benefit. I can help out the Site 42 staff like Desk, like Agent Goose, Puppy of Interest 42 Charlie, and all them. So we all greatly appreciate your generosity in helping us out. And if you can't donate, do not fret. You can still be a member of Mobile Task Force Psi 42, codenamed the Sigma Boosters. And when you like, share, subscribe, comment, chat, make edits, clips, memes, and shit posts about Site 42 and the SCP projects we support, the SCP Wiki and its authors and artists, the SCP game devs, animators, merch makers, podcasters, or the filmmakers like SCP Containment Breach, the movie, now kickstarting at the link in the description, in the link in our pinned chat, then you help us to make bigger and better projects. You don't have to donate, but you do have to share it. These things don't get made without your help, so if you don't want it to happen, don't help. But if you do want it to happen, you need to help out. This is a community effort. It only works if we all rally. And so I thank you in advance for your service. Now, without further ado, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and SCP-8980. Content warning on the last one, it's a bit of a rough read. Speed round. 3999-3043-008-J, Spooky-J, 5031-5175-5308, content warning on the last one, it's a rough read. So, Site 42 staff, this has been another Coffee Break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. See you in the next video or stream. I was born on a Dublin street where the royal drums to beat, and the lovely English feet walked all over us, where each and every night, when me dad would come home tight, he'd call the neighbours out with this chorus. Come out, ye black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you won medals down in Flanders. Show her how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lanes of Kilishandra. The credit song is Come Out Ye Black and Tans by the Maguire Brothers. Be safe, be well, Site 42 staff. And as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you in the next video or stream.